So today I thought our theme should be posture. I've been inspired by some of the people who will remain nameless in our house, and I've just been seeing posture like this. So I'm inspired to help us all with that. So we're gonna do some posture movements primarily, and then we'll get into our usual abdominal work. You could do this standing, but for the purposes of this camera angle, I'm going to do it kneeling. This is often done as standing work in the Pilates work. But if you can either stand or be upright on your knees, whichever works best for you. And just feeling wherever you are that your pelvis is vertical, meaning that you're not in an arch this way or curved under this way, but your hip bone headlights are pointing straight ahead, all right, and your zipper is zipping up and in. And we're going to start with some upper body movements here. All right, so reaching your arms out in front of yourself. We're just going to swing one arm up and one arm down, both of them reaching back. So I'm challenging myself to reach both arms back without letting my ribs pop forward. So keeping that with me, and then alternating. So changing and reaching through. Okay? Continue to breathe as you move with your arms, and just starting to think about the muscles in the backs of the shoulders, and getting some stretch in the front of the chest. That's it. Reaching long, scissoring the arms one way and the other. Good. And then we're going to take the arms in front of us, turn your palms forward, and reach your pinkies together. So you kind of squish your chest. And then you're going to slice up on the diagonal and back. So really nice expanse of the chest. Slicing through the diagonal forward, that's it. And then opening through. And I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. So we're going to pull forward and then up on the V for victory, reaching up and back, stretching the pectorals. That's it. Forward and opening. And one more time. Forward and opening to the back. Good. Now then just let your arms rest for a second. We're going to take one arm circling forward, turning the palm at the top and reaching back. So I'll scooch back so my Zoom friends can see me a little bit better. That's it. And circling back. So we're just trying to keep this other shoulder very calm and steady. So you're not twisting as you go, but trying to keep your shoulders pointing straight ahead as you circle around. That's it. And then let's change and do the other arm. And it may not be a complete 360 circle. Just do the best you can. You may hear some crunching as long as there's no pain. Things are just moving around in the joints. That's it. Good. Let's try it one more time. Still keeping those abdominals lifted up and in to support you. Now take both arms, reaching forward, rotating palms out as you circle around to the back. And again, I'll get down low so my Zoom friends can see. And circling around and back. That's it. So reaching and circling, and again reaching up and circling. Now let's reverse. You're going to reach thumbs back and up and over the top like you're doing the butterfly stroke. And again reaching thumbs back and up and over the top. That's it. Reaching back and up and over the top. And one more time, reaching back and up and over the top. Now then, place one hand on top of the other, a little bit lower than your diaphragm here. And so the shoulders are soft. We're going to pull the elbows back. Elbows slice back. 1, and again 2, and 3, and then reach. Safe at first base, really reaching back. And then try that again. 1. Again, without pumping through the ribs. 3, and then pull and extend back. We'll do that 2 more sets. 1, opening the chest, working the muscles behind the shoulders, between the shoulder blades. 3, and reach, lengthen behind yourself. 1 more for good measure. And 1, and 2, keep pulling up and in through your abdominals. 3, reach, and rest. Let your Arms come down. Just roll your shoulders up and back a few times. Good. And if you're standing, you can bring yourself down to a more comfortable seated position. All right. And we're going to do some little neck stretches. Again, a lot of times when we're finding ourselves hunched over our computer, we get into this forward head position. So I really want to work today on finding that length through the back of the neck and that support to stack the bones so that we have a better sense of our alignment there. So before we get into that, we're going to go into a little neck stretch. Draping one hand over your ear very, very gently. Not putting any pressure whatsoever. Just allowing just the simple weight of your hand to help your head over into a stretch. So I'm not pulling or pushing down on my head at all. With my other hand, I'm going to reach down through that heel of the hand. So I'm sending that line of energy. You should feel some nerve stretch through there as you're going. Good. And then release your hand, help your head come back up, always moving carefully with the neck. Let's try the other side. So just draping your hand over your ear and calm little side bend, feeling some stretch through the long muscles of the neck here. And then with this other hand, reaching down through the heel of your hand, stop in the name of love, push it away. That's it. Feel that stretch. Whoo, breathe. And then help yourself back up. And then coming out of it. Now we're going to do it again, but we're going to turn our head on the corner and then put your hand here. So it's kind of like you're putting your head in your elbow there. It's a very Bob Fosse maneuver. You're going to take your head on that diagonal now. And then with this other hand, reach on the back diagonal. So you should feel more of a stretch through the one side of the spine, through the neck. And just feel that reach. And then again, soften, help your head back up, bring it back to center. Let's try the other side. So turning on the diagonal, hand here, just putting your nose in your arm and tipping your derby as you nod forward. And then heel of the hand reaching on that back diagonal. So you're feeling that oppositional pull lengthening through the side of the neck. And again, release and relax, help yourself back up. And then just again, feeling the shoulders nice and soft and easy, turning your head, hopefully a little easier, one side, and then the other, one side, and then the other, okay? And then we're gonna do a little postural check, a test. We're gonna do it here in the beginning and then again at the end. Place your hands behind your head. And then shrug your shoulders up to your ears where they like to live. And then actively pull your elbows back. And then melting wax shoulder blades sliding down away. And then just let your arms float down and feel how open your posture is here. Wide across your collarbones. So this is a good daily check if you feel yourself going into that hunch position to open things up and feel wide and properly aligned through the neck and shoulders. Good. Let's turn around and we're going to bring your feet onto the mat parallel here. We're going to get into our abdominal work here. Holding onto those shins, and we'll start with that nice alignment now that you found that, and now go into a flexion of the spine. Inhale tall, exhale, hollow out your belly and contract and roll back. So again, we're feeling some stretch to those muscles you may have warmed up with some of that upper body work. Stretching there. Diving over the waistline, head to tail. Lengthen your spine and sit tall, and then continue to let your sternum paint up toward the ceiling. Let your shoulders drift away and open the chest. And then come back to that tall position again. Let's try this again. Inhale. Exhale, contract. You can hold behind your thighs if you'd like to, if that's better for you. Scooping the belly deeply so you're rounding into that curve of the spine. And then exhale, diving forward, stacking your spine, feeling those sit bones underneath you. And then sternum lift and open. Keep the back of the neck long so you could sing. And then come back to center. We'll do it one more time. Maybe let go this time. Exhale, contract and roll back. Feel that scoop. Good. Pausing there. And again, fold using your abdominals. And then again, you can use your shins to help yourself Pull the shoulders away from the ears, lift your heart, open the chest. Good job. And then come back to center. We're going to waddle forward a little bit so we can roll all the way back down onto the mat. So again, you can hold on or challenge yourself, see if you can do it without. Take that breath in, exhale, one vertebrae at a time. See if we can go slowly today. So again, you can hold on if you need to. Otherwise, go right down your center line. Try not to zigzag. As you go, breathe, breathe, breathe. And lowering yourself all the way back down to the floor. Good. So some of these exercises, if you had a roller, one of the long foam rollers, you could do this while you were lying on the roller, but I'll show for our purposes today without. Bring your hands into that little prayer position. So your elbows and your palms are right together over you. And we're going to do a little goalpost opening the book. So from here, feeling your pelvis in its easy resting position so you're not flattening through the low back. We're just going to open the book and open those elbows out to the side, pausing, hovering above the floor. So again, you may feel some chest stretch there. And then exhale, gather those abdominals in as you close the book and bring the hands back together again. Try that a few more times. Opening wide, nice right angle from the shoulders and from the elbows. Palms up, surrendering to the ceiling, and then gather closed again. Twice again. Opening, and feel that reach, that wingspan from elbow to elbow. And then exhale, gather together. And then one more time, open. And we're going to pause here, hovering off the floor. And we're going to do W's and diamonds. So your elbows are going to come narrow down towards your waistline, making a W with your arms. Come back to that goalpost position we were just in. And then fingertips reaching overhead like a diamond shape with your arms. And then coming back. So my arms are just hovering off the floor. Elbows coming narrow down, making a W. And then back to that goalpost position. And then up to a diamond. Fingertips coming up. And elbows wide, right angle. One more time. Elbows coming down. And flat to that goalpost. And then again, fingertips to that diamond. And out. Now from here, open those arms, still hovering off the floor. And we're just going to hover and snow angel. Coming down, palms still up to the ceiling. And then up. And now because our arms are longer, displacing the weight farther from the center, this might be a little bit more challenging. Still keeping those abdominals strong. That's it. Snow angeling down and out and up. Feeling your abdominal vest still buttoned up. One more time, reaching down and opening and up overhead. Good. And then just bring those hands all the way down. Rotate palms down to rest like your training wheels beside you. And now we're going to go into our bridge, articulated bridge. Inhale. Exhale, scoop those abdominals. Now you're going through that tuck or that curl of the tailbone. Keeling up, continue to feel reach, knees reaching forward up and over those feet so that we're lengthening long into that bridge position. Abdominals zipped up. Inhale here, and then exhale. Really think about softening one vertebrae at a time. Imagining if you were rolling your esophagus back down on the floor. Kind of an interesting image. Rolling all the way until you unfurl your pelvis back into that easy resting position. Let's try that again. Inhale and exhale, hollowing the belly, peeling the sacrum up off the floor, reaching those femur bones up and over the feet, feeling length in the front of the hips, strength in the backs of the legs, hamstrings and glutes working. Inhale and exhale, contracting and rolling right back down again. And let's try that again. Exhaling, peeling up. And lift and support yourself. We're going to do a little challenge here now. So really feeling the backs of the legs strong. Inhale. Exhale, standing on one foot, letting one leg float up, keeping the pelvis right where it is. Inhale down, long through both sides of the waistline. Other side, stabilize. Feel that strength in the standing leg. Floating the other leg up. That's it. And replace. Make sure you're not arching through that back. Really keep yourself placed together with those abs. Again, folding one leg up and putting it back down. Easy throat, easy neck. Other side. Float and hinge. Lots of stability work there. And replace it. Reestablish your bridge if you've drifted. Take a breath in. Exhale, contract, and round it back down. Excellent. Fold those knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug there. That's it. Take a moment to just turn your head side to side, relaxing the neck and shoulders. Good. And we're going to do our coordination exercise again today to challenge that core. We're going to inhale here. Exhale, find that pivot point at your sternum and extend the arms and legs. So I'm looking through my legs here. Your knees can be slightly bent if this is challenging. We're going to open the legs apart. Inhale. Exhale. Gather those abs in, close the legs. And now one leg opens. Try not to teeter-totter off the floor. Exhale, close. Other side. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. Bend your knees, rest your head back down, give yourself a little break. Try that again. Exhale, pivoting at the sternum. If you need to, use your mat to help support you. Inhale, open, and exhale, gather closed, and then one at a time. Inhale, and exhale, and other side. Inhale, and exhale. Bend your knees, rest your head back down. Let's do it 2 more times. Exhale, curl, reach. If you can, hands hovering off the floor. Inhale, open, and exhale, close. And one leg at a time. Doesn't have to go very, very far. It's about the stability. That's it. Other side, open, keeping that scoop. Exhale, close. Bend your knees and rest your head. One last time. Exhale, fold, reach. Challenge yourself. Take your legs a little farther, perhaps. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. One at a time. Try not to fall over to the side. And again. Quiver, quiver. Bend your knees and rest yourself back down again. Good. You can either do this with your knees bent, with your feet on the mat. We're going to go into roll up. Or you can extend the legs all the way long. Taking the arms overhead, reach as far as you can without letting your ribs pop up. And we go inhale the arms up and exhale, nodding chin to chest, seeing if you can really use your abdominals to roll yourself up. Again, use your hands behind your knees if you need to. And then we're going to reach and hover, hollowing the belly, reaching toward those toes, abdominals reaching away from your nose. And inhale, exhale, hollow the belly and roll right back down, one vertebrae at a time. Again, right down your center line. Challenging those abdominals and the support of the spine. Let's continue like this. Inhale, the arms come back up. Exhale, nodding chin to chest, zipping up your pants, curling up, and reaching long, finding that boomerang position, belly really hollowing deep. And reach. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, scoop. Melty shoulders. Easy does it. Good. And let's try that one more time. Inhale the arms. And exhale, nod and scoop. Peeling up. That's it. And long stretch, reaching forward. And hollowing and scooping. Wide upper back. Melting, melting back down to the floor. And arms overhead. Circle the arms down onto the floor and bend your knees into your chest again. We've been working toward our roll over, and again, I'll show you a couple of different variations. If you're new to this, all I want you to do is use that low abdominal scoop and see if you can just whoop, peel your hips up off the floor. So you're pulling your knees into your chest, using those abdominals to curl up. So just that little rock to initiate that scoop. Okay, so you can continue with this, or if you have done rollover with me before, legs are long, you use that abdominal scoop to peel yourself up, legs parallel to the floor. Inhale, opening the legs apart. Exhaling slowly, trying to roll down without just going kerplop. One smooth articulation, reaching your abdominals, pulling away from your toes. Slowly coming home again. When your pelvis comes back down, reach the legs around and together to challenge that core, and try again. Exhale, scoop, easy throat. Inhale, open the legs shoulder distance. Exhale, abdominals rolling down. Relax your forehead. Relax your collarbones. Reaching back down. We'll go 2 more times reversing. So starting with the legs apart. Exhale, scoop upside down. Inhale, legs come together. And exhale, rolling down. If this is new to you, you might be feeling you're really pressing into the floor with your hands, and that's perfectly fine. As you get more and more advanced, try less and less pressure with your arms. And again, we'll take the legs low and apart. And again, exhale, scoop. Inhale, legs come together. And exhaling long through the neckline, hollowing that belly, scooping back in, and coming back down. Good. Wherever you are, bend your knees. Let's roll ourselves up to a sitting position and practice our rolling like a ball. So again, finding that little balance point just behind your sitting bones, and then lift your feet up off the floor. You can cross your arms at your ankles there if you'd like. Shoulders soft and easy. Pull your belly button so deeply that that's what tips you off balance. Inhale. Exhale, come up and find that balance point again. And again, inhale, rocking back. Exhale, your abs are your brakes. Couple more here. Inhale, rock. And exhale, roll. Looking into the pit of your belly. Inhale, rock. And exhale, roll. You may continue with this for good practice, or if you want to try a little challenge, let's go into some open leg rocker. Extend the legs and open shoulder distance, holding onto those ankles. Again, make sure you're not scrunching your shoulders up. Keep those soft. And we'll do 3 times here. Pulling the belly. Inhale, just to the upper back, not your neck. Exhale, roll up and find that balance. That's it, great. And again, inhale, rock. And exhale, brakes. And one more time. Inhale, soft shoulders. Exhale, coming back. Good. Bring those legs back together again. Maybe find a little bitty balance. Taking those hands away, shoulders down the back, open chest, lift your chin. And then we're going to bend one knee, scoop those abdominals, slowly roll back. And we're going to go into our single bent leg. So rolling back, finding that chest curve again, that chest fold. And here we are for single bent leg. Inhale, switch. Inhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Exhale, switch. In and in. Exhale, exhale. Elbows wide, belly hollowing. In and in. Blow it away. One more time. In and in. Exhale, exhale. Good. Relax yourself back down for a moment. We're going to skip double bend and go right into single straight leg stretch. So once again, finding that chest fold, or use your mat to curl up. We extend the legs long or long-ish. Scissoring one leg down, hugging the other one as high as you can. Feeling some stretch to the hamstrings. We have a double pulse. Inhale, inhale, switch. Exhale, exhale, switch. And in, looking through my legs. Out and out. Inhale, inhale, belly sinks to the floor. Inhale, inhale, check out your shoulders. Soften those away from your ears. One more time. In and in. Exhale, exhale, and rest for a moment there. Good. We'll go into our crisscross next. Hands go behind the head, elbows nice and wide. Take a big breath in. Exhale, chest fold, curling up. Extend one leg as we did before. Rotate around that sternum, elbow towards your knee. And we go inhale, change. Inhale, change. Exhale, exhale. Again, inhale. Inhale, using every single abdominal fiber you have. Exhale, again, inhale. Inhale, wring it out. Last time, inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, and rest. Relax. again. Very good. Let your head turn side to side. Let's take a little twist stretch to open things up. Once again, palm to palm up to the ceiling. Open into that T shape. Let your arms rest. And then we're going to take that little rotation. Knees go one way, head goes the other way, allowing for some lovely stretch to the lower back. And again, the chest and shoulders open wide. Breathe into those tight places. And as you're ready, inhale. Exhale, pull your abdominals toward the floor, bringing your pelvis back to center, bringing your legs back to center. Head comes back to the middle and change other way. Knees one way, head the other way. Surrender. Breathe and enjoy. Good work. Again, inhale. Exhale, abdominals initiate, bringing the pelvis back to center, your legs back to center, and then your head comes back up. Very good. Let's rock and roll back up to sitting position again. I'm going to turn and face you now. And whatever works for you in terms of your leg placement. If you are comfortable sitting in a butterfly, that's where I'm going to be. If you'd rather have your legs out, whatever is feeling better to you. We're going to do a variation on our saw today. So again, we work that posture. You can take a second to practice that width across the upper back, not letting your ribs protrude forward. And we're just going to take a rotation to start with. So we're going to rotate from the waistline and just spiraling. And then coming back to center. Imagine you're a big weather vane on top of the barn, and you're just rotating from one side to the other, feeling that three-dimensional work. And again, rotating from the waistline so my pelvis doesn't change. And back to center. And again, rotate. Continue to breathe. And back to center. Now then, rotate again. And then I'm going to twist elbow down toward my opposite knee. So whether my legs are out or bent, I'm feeling that waistline stretch and that flexion and rotation. Come back up and then untwist. Other side. Rotate first. Exhale, fold, elbow toward your knee. Feeling that anchoring. Try not to rock your cheek up off the floor. Keep everything planted. Come back up to center and unwind. Try this again. Rotate and fold. Opposite sit bone, anchor down. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, unwind. One more time. Rotate, inhale. And folding away from that opposite hip. Feeling that length through the waist and the ribs. Reach, inhale up. And exhale, unwind. Very, very nice. Okay, on to our bellies. I know this is the one exercise that I get the most comments on, but this is why I'm doing this. It's because I care, everyone. So you're going to bring your arms into that goalpost position. Yay, they said, goalpost. So you're in your position, long on your belly, energy out through the head. You can rest your head on the floor if you'd like. But again, finding that same goalpost position we found earlier. And this is a 4-step process. Number 1, hinging, lifting your hands and your forearms without bending your wrists. You want to keep that length long through the wrist, like you're on a ramp. Step 2, abs are still strong. Lift your elbows, fingertips are still the highest point on the ramp. Step 3, extend your spine and lift your chest. Keeping the back of the neck long, so try not to crunch the back of the neck so you can't talk. You want to keep that long. Step 4, reach your arms forward like you're super people flying. And now reverse it. Elbows pull back to that goalpost. Try not to go too far. Keep it nice and square. Let your head come back down. And then elbows come to the floor. Hands are still lifted. Try not to bend your wrist. And then let your hands come back down. I'm going to change my angle so you can see me a little differently here. All right, so again, make that goalpost on the floor. Abs are strong. Here we go. Hands lift. Elbows lift. Wide from elbow to elbow. Chest expand, lengthen long. Abs are pulling up and in. And then soaring over the metropolis. Reach those arms forward. Retrograde, elbows bend, and head comes down, arms are still lifted, elbows down, and hands return. We're only going to do it one more time. It's because I care. Here we go. Hands lift, and elbows lift, wide back. Chest expand, open, lift your belly, don't pooch it into the floor. And then reach as far forward as you can without your shoulders climbing to your ears. Reverse, elbows bend. That's right. Head comes down, arms are still hovering. Elbows down, hands are still high. And hands rest. Woo! Good. Go back into your hands and knees position. And we'll stretch through our cat back here. Hollowing and rounding. Glorious stretch. You can really feel those muscles you just worked. Come back into that long spine. Let's just slide the shoulders back and yearn your heart forward. So try not to just collapse into your low back. Keep that lift through your low belly. So not quite a cow stretch. Come back into your long spine. Again, hollowing cat. Round it up. And back to that long spine. And then slide the shoulders away from your ears. Shine your heart light forward. And back to center. So now we're going to do our sternum push-up. So my arms are going to stay straight. I still feel that lift through my belly. I'm going to let my chest sag down toward the floor through my arms. I'm just letting my shoulder blades slide together. And then I'm going to push away from the floor and lift my heart up away from the floor. So essentially I'm working these muscles around my shoulders, my serratus especially. Letting my chest hang down. And then lifting my heart up away from the floor and feeling that expanse across my upper back. Again, shoulders are wide, chest hangs through. Lift the rib cage, push out of the wrists, lift your heart up. Good. So not necessarily curving my back, but just lowering and lifting my sternum. Now, from that wide position, bring your knees together. We'll do our favorite little hovering coffee table position. Tuck your toes. You're on the balls of your feet. Belly really, really strong. And we're going to lift our knees just an inch off the floor. Energy out through the crown of your head, so looking down at the floor. And breathe. Feeling strong through the arms, shoulders over the hands. Inner thighs pulling together. And low belly lifting like you've got a sash around your middle, lifting you up from the sky. Go ahead and lower those knees. We'll try it one more time. Again, lifting the chest, just as we did with those sternum push-ups. Balls of the feet on the floor. Hover those knees up off the floor. And breathe. Coffee table of strength. Good. And lower yourself down. Release your feet. And go ahead and sit back into that child's pose position. Reaching the fingers out in front. Give yourself a little break. Breathe into that low back. Easy through the shoulders. Good. So we're going to do a few more little plank exercises here today. You're going to come down onto your elbows. Okay, and you can be here with the palms apart, or if you would like to clasp your hands together, that's your choice. We're going to extend one leg at a time back. I'm going to pull forward a little bit so you can see. And you're going to find your hover. Check to make sure your tail's not up to the ceiling, but you're really long. Shoulders right over those elbows. And see if you can hold that. Hovering off the floor. Really lifting that chest. Good. And then relax for a second. Good. Come on to your side. So now I'm going to be shoulder right over my elbow. And I'm going to place my feet so that I'm really stacked with the legs long. And I'm going to really be balancing primarily on the outer edge of my bottom foot. This hand can be your support if you need it. You can use this on the floor. And if not, try being one long plank with your hand alongside your body. We're going to push out at the shoulder and lift and look at the world sideways. Holding it here, breathing, feeling all the support underneath your ribs, through your lats and obliques. One more breath. Woo! And lower down. Flip away from me now. Try the other side. So again, shoulder right over your elbow. Stack those feet in one long line. You can use your hand in front if you need to, or alongside you. Here we go. Exhale, lift the hip. Energy out to the top of the head. Feeling nice and long and connected. Breathing here. One more deep breath. And carefully lowering back down. Come back to all fours again. And now since you endured all that, we get to do a dessert. We get to stretch. We're going to do our thread the needle. Taking your arm, reaching up toward me, spiraling the torso, and then fingertips diving through and twisting. Bringing your head toward the floor and stretch through the shoulder. Breathing here. Good. And then press down with that standing hand. Bring yourself back up. We'll try the other side. Inhale, reach up to the ceiling, spiral your torso open. And then fingertips, thread the needle. And stretch and breathe. Great. Excellent. And then again, push yourself back up to all fours. Open those knees perhaps a little bit wider, sitting back into that child's pose position one more time. Lengthen those hands out in front of yourself. You want a little bit more stretch through the under part of the arms. As your fingers are reaching forward, gently reach your elbows down toward the floor a little bit more. You'll feel more stretch under the armpits. Good. And then again, rounding and rolling yourself back up. Lie on your side one more time. We'll do a little bit of our side lying to primarily work this waistline. Okay? So we're going to be in one straight line. So you can lie on your extended arm, or you can prop yourself up if you'd like. I'll do that so I can see you. But the hips are stacked, the shoulders are stacked. You could try this with your hand on your hip if you want to really challenge your balance, or use this hand in the front, okay? Both legs stacked. We're going to lift both legs up. Woo! And then lowering back down. So you may want to use that one finger to balance yourself. Lift the legs and just hold it there for a moment. And then lowering back down. You should feel some definite work through the waistline. It was to be lift both legs and then lower them back down. And then again, lift both legs and then lowering them back down. Now then, lift and pause there, and small little scissors, reaching one leg forward and one leg back, and then changing one leg forward and one leg back, trying not to rock and roll. Keep yourself stacked. Keep breathing. Check in with this top shoulder. Make sure it's not trying to help you here. That's it. And again, scissoring, legs hovering. If you need to double up on your padding underneath you, you can do that. That's it. Scissor and scissor. Good. Bring both legs back together. Float there for a moment. And rest. Relax back down. Good. Let's swing around to the other side. Just do that much. So again, find your nice long line. Hips and shoulders stacked, not rocking and rolling. Again, you can prop yourself up if you'd like to. Keep length through that waistline. Abs with you. Float both legs up off the floor and then lowering back down. That's tricky. Lifting both legs and lowering down. So besides the waistline work here, we're getting some inner thigh and outer thigh work. Lowering down. Again, float, lift and lower. And float, lift, and pause there, and little scissors, keeping energy through the legs, and just trying not to do a face plant as you go. Continue to scissor, and keep yourself stacked. Top shoulder calm, working that control. Good. That's right. And back together again, both legs hover for a moment, and then rest. Back down. Flip back over onto your belly. We're going to do a little bit more extension work. This is the posture class after all. So hands by your shoulders, long through the front of the hips. Just keep those legs slightly separated. We'll do our baby swan. So curious baby, starting to work those eyes along the floor, sliding the shoulders away from your ears. Go to that place where you don't need your hands, where you can just lift and open your chest without pushing down. Inhale here, exhale slowly, lowering back down, using your eyes as you return. Try that again. Eyes reaching along the floor and out in front of yourself. Zip up your pants. Feel the abdominals support you. Now then, if you want, press into the hands, go a little bit higher. Again, try to keep that neck long. Wearing a diamond collar necklace, diamonds shining all the way around. Inhale, exhale, slowly lowering back down to the floor. And again, energy out through the crown of your head. Inhale, slide the shoulders down, press into the hands, exhale. Open your chest. Stay here. Abs are still lifted, helping to support you. Gently bring your chin to your chest. And then just a quarter circle, ear to shoulder. Just stay there and stretch out the sides of the neck. And back chin to chest. And other side, ear to shoulder. And chin to chest. Inhale, looking all the way forward, maybe even up to the sky a little bit. Shoulders drawing down the back. Inhale. Exhale, rolling right back down again. Very, very nice. Good. Press into those hands and knees. Good. And again, take that little cat back stretch. Good. And then sitting back down. We're going to come into our sideways position for our favorite mermaid. All right. So bringing those knees stacked. Again, if this position doesn't work for you so well, you can open into more of a Z, a little fourth position there, okay? So whichever works best for you, hold on to that outer ankle, and then lengthen this arm long by the ear. Again, check to make sure you're not spilling your ribs out. Pull the ribs, find your back space. Inhale, reach tall, side bend, exhale towards your mermaid tail. Enjoy that stretch all the way down, especially after all those side planks we did. Hand goes behind the head. Inhale. Exhale. Hollow and twist. Scoop those abs in and rotate on the diagonal. Elbow coming toward the knee. Breathing there. Coming back to that sideways position. Good. Reach farther and lengthen. Come back up. Good. That hand goes to the floor. Other hand comes up by your ear. Inhale. Reach up. Exhale, sliding down, arcing into that rainbow, elbow bending, coming down to the floor, shoulder right over that elbow. Good. Inhale, let's take this arm up to the sky. And another, thread the needle, dive through, spiraling the rib cage. Breathe and twist it out. And then lift your ribs, come back to that rainbow curve. And then press the ceiling away, opening of the heart, opening the chest. Good. Coming back to that sideways position. Good. Inhale the arm up. See if you can not rely on this hand on the floor. Exhale, use your waistline to bring you all the way up. Let's finish with another mermaid this way. Inhale, reach up. Hand behind the head. Side bend over. And elbow scoop. Twist through the middle. Rotate elbow to knee. Coming back to sideways position. And one more really long stretch. Go farther than before. And then up. Good. Everybody gets to break dance to the other side. Swing your legs around. That's it. Find that similar position on this side. And then we'll do the same thing here. So stacked up, abs in, reaching this arm up long by your ear. That's it. Inhale, reaching vertically. Exhale, up and over towards your mermaid tail. Oh yeah, feeling that stretch all the way down to the connections into your hip. Hand goes behind the head. Inhale. Exhale, scoop and twist. Curving, pulling your belly button behind you, toward the wall behind you. Come back into that sideways bend, lateral curve. Reach that arm. Oh, and bring yourself back up. Changing hands. Inhale, feel the length. Exhale, sliding down to your elbow into that rainbow curve. Elbow coming to the floor. Good. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, thread the needle, spiraling the rib cage. Peekaboo through. Wringing it out. And inhale, return to that rainbow. And then pressing the ceiling away, opening the chest, looking back. Really lifting out of that other elbow, other shoulder on the floor. Bring yourself back to that rainbow. And let's try this again. Inhale, the arm comes up. Exhale, use this waistline to bring yourself up. Good. One last mermaid this way. Inhale, reach up. And hand behind the head, side bend toward your mermaid tail. Exhale, hollow and twist, elbow toward the knee. Great. Bringing yourself back to that sideways position and lengthening that waistline even farther. How far can you go? And bringing yourself back up. Good. Shake out your legs. And we'll do a little dance stretch here for the inner thigh. So extending one leg out to the side and one leg folded in. We'll open the arms out to the side again. Let's take that side bend over toward the long leg. Directly sideways. Try not to just go toward your leg, but really go like we did with the mermaid into that sideways bend. Good. And then bring yourself back up. And then tiptoe those fingers forward. So you're reaching, stretching out the inner thigh. Keep this knee that's with the long leg pointing up to the ceiling as best you can. Reaching out. Stretching out through the inner thigh. And then abs scoop in, roll yourself back up. We're going to flip into our pigeon pose. So hands on the floor, lift yourself up. And your one leg is bent in front of you, the other leg is long. Supporting yourself here, trying to slide back into that stretch. Deep hip stretch for the rotators of the front leg. Hip flexors, psoas stretch for the back leg. Supporting yourself as needed. Finding a position here. Shouldn't be painful on the knee. You can adjust that position there. Take a breath in. If you can, fold yourself forward. Feeling even deeper stretch through the hips. And then lifting your proud pigeon chest, opening your throat, looking upward, pigeon tail behind you. Good. Carefully sit yourself toward that bent leg side and swing your pigeon tail around into a twist. And we'll take a little twist stretch here, pulling this knee into the opposite shoulder, spiraling the torso. And you can rest that hand on the floor as you breathe. Lifting the abs up and in, you may find more rotation available. Good. Coming back through center, pressing same hand on the inside of that knee away, turning the other direction. Good. And then back to center, and then only if this feels comfortable to you, this is a deeper hip stretch. Place your knees stacked on top of each other, trying to get both sit bones on the floor. You may already feel stretch here. If you want more, hinge forwards. You're feeling deeper stretch into the hips. Relax there. Good. Roll yourself back up. We'll do all that on the other side. So extending the other leg out to the side and folding this leg in. We'll open those arms, take a breath, and sideways curve over toward the long leg. Again, feeling long stretch in the waistline. Breathe and enjoy. Good. And then bring yourself back up. And then tiptoe those fingers forward. Again, keeping this leg right where it is. Try not to let it roll inward. Stretch and lengthen. Breathe into those inner thighs. Abs scoop in, rounding up through that cat spine. And then we're going to rotate into our pigeon pose. So hands on the floor, turning that back leg under. This leg is folded in. And then you're lengthening, trying to slide back where you feel open stretch to the front of that hip. And then into the rotators and glutes of your front leg. Take a breath. If you can, fold forward into that stretch. Breathe and enjoy. And then lifting your proud pigeon chest. You can coo if you need to. And then sitting toward that hip. Bring the long leg around to the front. And we'll go into our twist stretch again. So opposite knee toward opposite shoulder. Spiral lift tall through your spine. As you twist, you can rest that hand on the floor. Continue using your eyes, looking around the corner. Breathing there. And then unwind, same arm as leg on the inside of that leg. Press and twist the other way. Good, and then coming back to center. And again, if this feels comfortable to you, bring the knees stacked one on top of the other. Do the best you can with what you got. And then perhaps gently folding forward, take a bow. Woo, breathing there. And again, bring yourself back up. Unwind your legs, shake them out. In fact, you can place your hands behind you and open your knees a little, or feet apart a little bit. And we're just going to windshield wiper our thighs, one side, and then back to center, and then the other side. Just letting the thighs twist side to side. And one more time. One way. You might go farther than I can. And the other way. Good. And back to center. Extend those legs. Reach the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, folding forward over those legs, stretching out the hamstrings and the low back. Breathe there. Easy shoulders, relax. Scooping the abs, rolling up through the spine. And now let's do our posture check again today. So hands go behind the head. And shrug your shoulders up to your ears. And then pull those elbows back. And then melting wax shoulder blades melt away from the ears. Slide them down, feeling that long space from ear to shoulder. And then take your hands away. And this is how I would love for you to go about the rest of your day, feeling this open and lovely through your posture. Thank you so much. Good work today.